It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrinick. The first Friday of October means we're hitting the final stretch of the regular season. This, the third to final week of the regular season. Logan now the only unbeaten team left in the MVC. After a big win last week in Holmen, Rangers remain on the road this week as they face a West Salem team with only one conference loss. First quarter, Logan inside the 5, and they give it to Kyle Bacalarz, who punches it in. Rangers go up 8-0. Staying in the first, more Logan. Tanner Holzer pushes it from 4 yards out. Rangers look like they're running away with it, up by 15 early on. But West Salem fighting back. Colin Haas gets the touchdown from 2 yards out. They're down by just 8. It stays that way until the fourth quarter, when Logan strikes again. Bacalarz from 3 yards out. Rangers lead back to 15. Next Logan drive, they put it away. Bacalarz 13-yard touchdown, his third of the night, extending the lead to 22. Logan improves to 7-0 on the season now with a 29-14 win. How will Holmen rebound from last week's loss? Vikings travel to Central. First Holmen possession, Mitchell Dinger takes the handoff up the middle and goes 62 yards. Vikings out to a 7-0 lead. Now Holmen back to return a punt. Kyle Cable makes his way towards the sideline and he's gone. 78 yards, and it's a 14-0 game. Second quarter, Central gets on the board as Waylon Alvarado and Connor Williams share the honors of crossing the goal line. Holmen answers right back. Cable again, this time on the pitch, showing off his quickness once again to make the score 21-6. Vikings with a 14-point halftime lead. First possession of the second half, Dinger, his third TD run of the game, finishes with 180 yards on the ground. Holmen clinches their spot in the playoffs with a 42-14 win. A 3-1 Onalaska team looks to clinch a spot in the playoffs with a win against Tomah. Under 2 minutes in the second, Anna's Ryan Williams throws a ball up for grabs, and Nate Sweeney comes down with the catch. That sets up a Tyler Blusky field goal as time expires. They go into the locker room up 24-0. Third quarter, they receive the kickoff. Alex Gums, he takes it straight up the middle, and he will not be stopped. Touchdown Onalaska as they go up 31-0. Later in the third, and the handoff is to Gums up the middle. He has 122 yards on the ground with a pair of rushing TDs to go along with that kickoff return score. Onalaska punching their ticket to the playoffs on homecoming night, winning 44-0. Aquinas gets their first conference win as they win by 1 at Sparta. Arcadia and Westby are on a collision course for next week. This week, the two teams enter as the only unbeaten teams left in the Cooley. Westby at home to take on 1-1 GET. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Westby's Kyle Anderson drops back to pass, finds Ross Withington for a 45-yard gain. That sets up a Norseman field goal, and they lead 10-0 at the half. Same score now, 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Anderson looking to pass. GET's Isaac Brown forcing a fumble. Jordan Hauser with the recovery. Redhawks get in business. Austin Dahl from there takes it 1 yard for the score. GET cuts the deficit to 3. It's a 10-7 game. 10 minutes left in the fourth. Travis Hoffsley with the 5-yard touchdown run. He has 3 TDs on the night, and Westby does their part to stay perfect in Cooley play with a 23-13 win. Arcadia 2-0 in the Cooley as well, 6-0 overall. They head down to Viroqua. First quarter, Arcadia's Lee Pronshinsky takes it 9 yards for the score. He finishes the night with over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. They go up 7-0. 6 minutes later, Rob Hesley finds Keenan Klopatek in the end zone for 6. They lead 14-0. Arcadia wins 49-0. So, first place in the Cooley on the line next week when Arcadia hosts Westby. Black River Falls on the road for the second straight week as they take on Luther. First quarter, BRF on the 8-yard line, and Jackaroo drops back, finds his man Matt LaFonge. Tigers up 8-0. Later on in the first, Luther sets up for a punt return. There's a bounce, but Colin Kennedy picks it up, and he takes it back for the score. Luther down just 15-7. But on the ensuing kickoff from there, BRF's Alex Hartert is on the return, weaves to the outside, and nobody catches him. Back-to-back special team scores. Black River Falls rolls to a 46-14 victory. Well, 6 games down and 6 games still left to get to, including an undefeated showdown tonight in Bangor. The News 8 Highlight Zone will be right back. Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. First place in the Scenic Bluffs is on the line, Cashton at Bangor. Both teams 4-0. Winner becomes the outright conference leader with 2 games left to play. First quarter, 4th down for the Cardinals. Andrew Piskey takes the handoff and rumbles 13 yards into the end zone. Bangor leads 6-0. Later in the first, off a double handoff, Piskey again this time for 40 yards and the score. They go up 14-0. Same score in the third quarter. Cashton's Noah Flock hits Jaden Schmitz, who gets the ball to just shy of the goal line. Cashton would punch it in from there to make it 14-6. Late third quarter, Bangor looking to put the game away. Coming out of the backfield, you guessed it, Piskey taking off for his 3rd touchdown of the day. Bangor now all alone in first place with a 22-6 win. More scorers in the Scenic Bluffs. Necedah shutting out Waniwak Center. Hillsboro beats New Lisbon 30-18. And Royal defeats Brookwood 14-6. Ever since dropping their opening 2 games of the season, Independence Gilmanton has put up a perfect mark versus competition in the Dairyland Conference. The 4-0 Indies travel to 3-1 Melrose Mindoro. Early in the first, Indy Gilmanton looking to strike first. Austin Whitlam takes this one to his right, but there's nothing there, so reverse field, turns on the Jets and takes it down the sideline, 71 yards for the score. That's the first touchdown of the game. Indy's looking to score again later on in the first. They give it to Whitlam again, who muscles his way into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a 14-0 game. Melman looking to answer back. Sam Boone drops back and lobs this one up, finds his tight end Aaron Scaife for the Mustangs' first score of the game. Now 2 minutes left in the half. Indy's Weston Gumbert calls his own number, punches it in from 1 yard out. Indy's up 21-7 at the break. And Independence Gilmanton continuing to cruise in the Dairyland. They win tonight 39-7. Eliva Strom and Cochrane Fountain City meeting up. Both teams in good shape to make the playoffs, but still have some work to do these final 3 weeks. Last few minutes in the half, CFC driving. Christian Schmidtneck finds Devin Zonic Greenwald, who makes an incredible catch over the defender. CFC still down 20-0. Third quarter, Pirates with the ball. Schmidtneck hits Halverson with the pass, and he dodges some of Eliva Strom players. Takes it all the way down the sideline for the touchdown. That puts CFC on the board. It's 20-6. Later in the third, Eliva Strom driving. Mitchell Hung cannot complete the shovel pass. CFC gets their hands on it, recovers the loose football, but Eliva Strom's early lead they built up going to be good enough in this one. They win it 28-18. More scorers in the Dairyland. Lincoln defeats Blair Taylor 10-6, and Whitehall over Augusta 33-8. Kickapoo Lafarge puts their perfect record in the Ridge and Valley on the line as they travel to North Crawford. Second quarter, 4th and goal from the 1. Predators Logan Kaufman on the quarterback sneak fights his way in the end zone for the score. Kickapoo Lafarge trails 8-6. North Crawford's opening drive of the second half. Zach Suka drops back to pass, finds an open Dallas Hirschberger down the field for a big gain. Trojans threatening inside the 15. A few plays later, Brandon Baumeister gets the sweep from 1 yard out. Powers in for the touchdown. They lead 16-6, and North Crawford wins 32-20, handing Kickapoo Lafarge their first conference loss of the season. DeSoto needing to go at least 2-1 to close out the season to become playoff eligible. Pirates on the road at Seneca. First quarter, Seneca on the tack, but Ian Joy fumbles the football on the pitch. DeSoto's John Thompson recovers. A few plays later, DeSoto's Jeff Alton rolls to the right, finds an open Alex Stevenson, breaks the tackle, rumbles in for the touchdown. It's 13-0 Pirates, and DeSoto wins 29-6. Also in the Ridge and Valley tonight, Ithaca continues to roll. They win 56-0. No score, Wazika Steuben at Cassville. Pepin Alma looking to improve to 7-0 on the season. They host Shell Lake. First play from scrimmage. Pepin Alma, Sam Mueller hands off to Trevor Height, who takes it to the sideline, cuts back, and takes it 37 yards for the score. Eagles up to a 7-0 lead. Just a few minutes later, Mueller looking deep. He finds Ronnie Engstrand wide open downfield. He runs it in for the touchdown. It's now 14-0. Pepin Alma scoring all game long. They win it 44-6. I'm going to call my second timeout. Still more Highlight Zone to come, but first, here are more scores from the evening that take us to break.